Hi, I'm Jazz, and I've got a cunning stunt for you today. It's the world's smallest wireless microphone kit. Yes, you got it! It's the Boya Ultra Mini. So this is my absolute, honest, unsponsored opinion and thoughts on this particular microphone and the predecessor to it, which I've got here. Gonna have to put my bins on so I can tell you about it. So this is the original Boya lav mic that I had, and I was using for quite a while. It's got about a 20-foot lead on it. It comes with a microphone shield ordinarily. I've taken it off for now, just for testing, and that would ordinarily 3.5 jack, that would have plugged into my phone originally, but I've just recently changed the phone that I've got, and so I've got this little adapter which just plugs in the bottom in the same way that the Boya Mini does. So I can say for this particular microphone, the lav mic by Boya, and that's how it looks. Good bit of kit. It's good in most conditions, inside, outside, in the wild. If it gets a bit windy, not so good. But as you can see here, Desperate Dan is sporting a nice dead cat, and I never actually got around to trying it on this because I got a different microphone, but I'm sure that would have made this perfect for outside as well. So there's a little cost. It's only £12 when I got it, and that's the BY-M1 universal Lavalier microphone. And as I said, I found it to be very good, and I will show you that and test it now. As I'm speaking at the moment, I'm just on my smartphone camera microphone, so there's nothing on it too. So I'm going to cut it now and swap and go on to this one here. So obviously this is using the simple lav mic, and I'm sitting in my micro camper at the moment, speaking normal level. I've got a bit of a loud voice sometimes, can't help it. But yeah, so this is inside. I'll open the door. Ugh. I'm quite close to a major road, so see how that sounds. But that's the test on the lav mic. So as you can see, this is one more test with the lav mic, but this time I've put the foam windscreen on, so hopefully you can hear how that one sounds. So this is the Boya Mini wireless 2 mic setup. Basically comes in this little case. You've got the receiver, which plugs into the bottom of your phone, and then you've got two other mics, the transmitters, which just clip on. Simple, super lightweight. When you finish them, you just put them back in the case, and wait there, just put this one back in. So very lightweight. You got a USB to charge this up, but once it's charged and you put your actual transmitter microphones in there, it charges them up again, so that's great. The actual receiver, that is just powered by the camera itself. The reason I got this is I was happy with my previous lav mic setup, but I'm intending doing interviews with different shows that I'm attending, so I kind of needed 2 microphones, and being wireless is going to make it a lot easier. And yeah, so that was my thinking. I just thought it would make life very simple. I had checked out a few reviews, and to be fair, I presumed it being Boya, it was just going to be, even if it was just as good as the previous one, that would have been perfect. So yeah, I've been trying it for a few videos, and I find it can be a little bit reverby, and yeah, just not so clean as the other one, but I'm still testing it out. I'm still trying it, so I'm going to do the test with you so you can tell me. With these little clips, obviously you can clip them anywhere. With the previous Boya mic, I just clipped it here. If you're skinny or you're quite fit, healthy in the chest, I use the gym now and again, so it tends to reverberate off your chest. And if you see a few videos I've already done with this, you'll probably think that. And it almost, it's very reverby, and it, I don't know, almost like a feedback going on. Can't quite describe it, but some quite odd sounds. Tried to edit them out, but you know, that's all you can do. So anyway, I've ended up clipping it, which I'll do in a moment, on my hat. That seems to be the only other option if I want to wear a t-shirt or something. But if I wore a jacket, I'd clip it on there, and possibly that would be a lot better. So I'm going to pause now and do that. Sorry about my strange words. Healthy in the chest. I just meant solid. I've got a solid chest, so it sort of bounces off. If you had a bit more cushioning as a person, possibly you wouldn't get that strange reverby sound. Anyway, I've got the mics plugged in now, or a mic plugged in, and when you plug it, so I've got one here and the other one, the receiver is plugged into the phone, and when they've paired, they turn blue. And then when you want to select, you've got 3 different noise reductions. This is on noise reduction 1. This is now on noise reduction 2. And this is now noise reduction 3. I'm going to just check those out and see if I can hear the difference. Hopefully you can. So again, this is now outside by a road, and this is on noise reduction 1. And this is noise reduction 2. So now this is on noise reduction 3, still outside. You can tell on the settings, which you change on the receiver, just push once and then it will flash once, so that's setting 1. Press it again and then it will flash twice, and the same again. Okay, so get back to you. Been looked at weirdly in the street.
So what you've also got is 3 different other settings that you can use, little special effects. You've got one called a classic voice, another one called the female voice, and the other one is called the uncle voice, strange uncles. Anyway, you tell me which one this is, and I'll go on to the next one. You select these extra effects, if you like, by pressing the bottom of the receiver twice, and then when you want the next one, twice again, and the next one, so forth. So I'll just go on to the next one. So this is the last and final voice. I haven't got a clue what I sound like. There is an order, but I just thought it'd be funnier to see what's happening, because I don't know. I might be sounding like a squeaky toy at the moment, or I could be sounding like, you know, the film stuff. Anyway, you know, it's as I say, I'm hoping I can manage to get these settings right. They've all actually if this is all playing correctly. Before, it was just a bit awkward to do it. I found with a lot of equipment I'm getting, it seems to, it's not the fact that I'm using it any better, but it just seems to be you use it a few times and it's connecting better. I don't know, maybe the buttons are sticky, who knows. But anyway, I'll leave you with that thought and just pause for a moment. So, how do I sound? Any good? Any good? I seem to be stuck on deep throat. I don't know what's going on.
So after several attempts at these novelty voices, should I say, it just seems to be classic is just the same as the other setting, no setting at all. And obviously you've heard the uncle voice, as I have, too many times, and the female voice, which just sounds like a cartoon, doesn't seem to be working on this for whatever reason, and I'm not going to attempt it again. But yeah, so it's pretty much covered it. I'll put any other details that you might want to know, statistics, you know, whatever about this particular microphone, in the details description, and if you want to check that out. And yeah, so what can I say? I think this sounds flary after listening to it. I mean, obviously it varies in every different environment. Most of the recording I've done was actually on a sort of a stealth camp and some outside sort of stuff in the middle of a field, wherever. And when I was doing the editing, whereas before the previous lav mic, that was come across pretty much fine on the editing, and then on these mini microphones, I had to reduce it right down to about 3% because it was just so loud. And yeah, so just not as well balanced. But yeah, I will be using it in different circumstances. Just have to see what works, really. But yeah, I'm not overly impressed. I'm a bit lazy, so I like the other one. You just plug it in and go. But with this one, I haven't been happy with the results, really. So see what you think. It's as I say, it's a fair review. I'm not saying it's rubbish. I'm just I prefer my previous one. I think again, this is the Fandango. It's a great little system. Weighs nothing. It's tiny as it says, but it's yeah, just not quite there for me, I'm afraid. Cost about £50, so almost 5 times the amount of the other one. If it worked, I'd be more than happy because it's wireless as well, but as it stands, I don't know so much. What do you think it is? What do you think? Here he comes, here he comes, here comes the man. Here comes, oh, no, lost his hat. I've got the shakes, told you. Anyway, if this has been helpful for you. So, before I did actually purchase these mini microphones, I did check out some reviews, as I said earlier on, and there was one guy and it was very, very good, and I should probably have listened to what he was saying. And he was sort of saying, although very good, most things are great, when it comes down to it, he said, obviously, because all you can do is follow these instructions, and he had demonstrated the same as I had, only better. And he said he actually used it for quite an important video somewhere where he wouldn't be going back to, and he had trusted the mics rather than checking it because he'd been getting on fine with them. but he must have just pressed the button one too many times, or who knows. And he was doing a serious interview or whatever, video, and unfortunately it was all done in the uncle voice, which you know, although very, very funny, not what you want. But he managed to do that, and so he said for that very reason he wouldn't rely on them again. So that was his take on it. I always check back on what things sound like. Not always, but I try to, because obviously it's, if you mess up, you can always redo it and go from there. But yeah, so that was his take on it. I should have taken heed and just selected something else possibly. But as I say, I will persist with these, and hopefully, you know, I'll get rid of the flare. As I say, there's just a weird sound. I don't know if it's coming through right now, but or if it's just me. But as I said, that's all I can do is say what I think, and that's how it seems to me. I think I probably will be using my old lav mic more often, because I'm quite assured that it's just going to be reasonable, and that's fine. And as I say, I haven't had too much trouble with wind buffering, and I've just got a dead cat, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful to you, as I was hoping to be. Sorry it's not all woo, but that's life. If you could be so nice and give me possibly the thumbs up, or hopefully subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Have a good evening and goodbye.
Not goodbye yet. This is my last attempt to try and find a female voice in me. Hopefully this is it. Okay, let's check it out. Hey! Hey! Brilliant! Never been so excited. As Freddie Mercury once said, I can't believe it suddenly happened. God, you wouldn't believe it, messing around with this, trying to get this to work for ages. Anyway, on that note, I think I'm going to stick with my original microphone and, don't know, give this away to someone. Anyway, thank you very much for being patient. I say goodbye to you. Goodbye!